Friends, they're getting really scared of us. And I mean it. They are getting scared. They're getting panicked. They're desperate. They're worried. They're fearful. And the reason is that they can see that we together, all of us, we're planting a timeline. We're actually doing what we came here to do. We're actually doing what we said our mission was going to be. And that's what they're fearful of because they've been throwing their fucking timeline at us for so long. The decay, the death, the corruption, the greed, the lust, the vengefulness, all that stuff. They've been throwing this at us everywhere throughout our lives, but it's not working. It's not working on too many people any longer. People are actually envisioning and beginning to live a different timeline. The one timeline that we came for. And that timeline is called truth. Okay? That's the only thing that it's called. And people are starting to see that love, that kindness, that a much lighter way of life, that unity, sovereignty, freedom are actually part of our true nature, our true essence. And that all of this madhouse, this shit show, this matrix is the exact opposite. It's an abomination. It's the invertedness of what prime reality was actually designed to be. And we will experience this, by the way, in physicality as well. It won't just be in terms of, oh, this will be a little better. No. When our timeline really unfolds in all of its glory, it's going to feel completely different. Even on a physical level, you're going to feel and experience reality in different ways. However, friends, we need to remember this. We came here to implant and solidify the timeline of truth. And we are. But now people are panicking because they see so much stuff that's upsetting. They see so many things that they can't, psychologically deal with because of the horrors and the abuse and the violence that's been hidden for too long. But that's the timeline of truth. That's how it must unfold. It must show itself. How can we ever transcend it if we never saw it, if we never accepted it, if we never truly saw it for what it is? This is the moment that we're in, but make no mistake, they're really, really worried right now and really fearful. And I see a lot of acts of desperation. And the more that they come out, the more that they put out, the more that they justify and explain and whatnot, the more you know that there's something going on. And the thing is, we're not beating them at their own game. We're not meeting them on the playing field that they created to fight them there. No. We're actually remembering our vision power. We're remembering more of our true essence and our true nature. And once we do that, we aren't even part of the game any longer. We don't even step on a playing field. We don't meet the enemy on their place of choice. We're actually transcending the playing field altogether. And this is what we came here for. So many of you, when you hear these words, they resonate. You do remember on some level that you made a conscious choice to come here into this matrix, into this construct. And you came here with a very specific mission, and you decided you were going to do things in a certain way, and that's how you were going to affect the whole. And then you've been through the ringer, like all of us. You've been through the matrix ringer, and it did a number on you. And you now sometimes worry, you're fearful or doubtful that what you think or what you believe, what you feel in your spirit might not be true, or it might be just something that you made up, or it can't be. But no, let me remind you, this was a very clear and precise plan. It was mapped out, and we all decided what part we were going to play in this. And then we knew we were going to go through this veil of forgetfulness. This is what's constructed around this matrix. It's a veil of forgetfulness. It's a mind wipe. Literally, it's a mind wipe. You go through and you forget. And then we decided that we were going to find and have a way to give ourselves and each other clues and reminders so that we could retrieve the memory from the field where we implanted it. We put the memory in the field so we could later get it back. And this is what we're doing. It sounds very technical because it is, but that's what's happening, folks. You can't let up now. The psychopaths, these dark forces that have lost their connection to truth and spirit are, I mean, they're throwing everything out there. It's, if you know the perspective and the lens through which you look at this, you can see their desperation. It's desperation, make no mistakes. And you can see it in their voices. You can hear it, you can feel it, you can sense it. It's a big act of desperation. They're rolling out things much faster than they should. It isn't working. It's not having the effect that they want. However, that doesn't give us permission to sit back and sort of just kick our feet up and say we don't have to do anything. No, we have to be more on point than ever. And more importantly, we have to examine our beliefs, our thoughts, our habits, and really, go into healing mode, because the vision power comes from our imagination, folks. This is where the timeline, that's a projection through which the timeline is projected onto this field here. And if enough of us are steady and act accordingly, act and move in the direction of the timeline that we're implanting, then this thing solidifies. This thing, does its thing. That's the laws that we're working with here. Those are the mechanisms. And if we could see it in sort of a more mechanical way, even though it's largely and mostly intuitive, we would have a much easier time. There's a mechanism here. It's not wishy-washy. It's not unprecise. It's very precise. And that is who you are and what you send out, and what your thoughts, your feelings, and visions are solidifies first in an individual reality bubble, which is your life. That's the first thing where it impacts, and it affects those around you. But then the stronger it gets, the more it expands and trickles out into smaller collective reality bubbles, and eventually, when we reach that sort of critical mass vision power, then the truth timeline can fully solidify. And that means that everything that isn't truth must fall away. That's a big thing. That's the thing where nothing stays as it is. No stone is unturned. Nothing is off, off limits. And everything begins to shift and adjust itself according to the one truth, of which there's only one. The truth timeline, it's only one. There's only one truth. There's a gazillion lies and deceptions, but there's only one truth. And if we commit to that timeline, accept it, embody it, and live it, that truth returns with full force in all of its glory and beauty. This is what we're here to do. Now, it can take another 100 years or 500 years, because, see, time ticks against us, but it works for them, because the principal powers, if you will, experience timelessness, while we in these bodies clearly experience time and we feel it ticking. But that shouldn't stop us, That shouldn't stop us whatsoever. We're doing this. We're getting it done. But just remember that no matter what this matrix threw at you, no matter what you've been programmed with, you can transcend it, and you are. And you came here for a reason, with a mission. Just do it, folks. Just do it. Trust it. There's nothing we can lose, and there's everything to gain.
Your environment shapes everything, your thoughts, your health, your energy. But most people never question the invisible field they live in. We did, and that's when FLFE found us. It's not a product, it's a field of pure life force energy that lifts everything it touches. We now live in it 24/7, and we would love to invite you to experience it too. Start your free 15-day trial now. No pressure, no strings attached. Just the truth, resonance, and peace.